Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 30th of March, and on today's podcast, we'll be covering an article and a Reddit subpost, also some memes, bringing us back up to speed with the news. The first article entailing, what in the actual F? Biden 2020 odds dropped after accusations of creepy hair smelling and big slow kiss. We all know about creepy old Joe. Also, we'll be going over Michael Avenatti corroborates with Ben Smuckus at the NXIVM party testimony. And like I said, we'll also be getting into some memes. But before we get into any of that, will you please give a brief moment for our new sponsor, Virtual Shield VPN. Hey guys, I wanted to show you why I use Virtual Shield VPN and why you should too. I come over here to the left-hand side. As you can see, my IP address ends in 232. I go over to Virtual Shield to click connect. I use Virtual Shield because it protects me from people trying to hack my computer and steal my information and all the hard work I do for you guys. So I give it a few moments. It connects. I come back over here to my IP address and click refresh. And as you can see, it's completely changed to 6.13. If you go to the description box below, you can click on the link and get a 30-day free trial and a 30% discount only for the month of March, so you got a couple days left. Again, my friends, this is the best way to help support True Reporting because of the censorship YouTube places on my channel. Thank you guys, and always use Virtual Shield VPN. Alright guys, let's go ahead and hop into the news. This is True Reporting. As you can see here, the article is entitled Biden 2020 Odds Drop After Accusations of a Creepy Hair Smelling and Big Slow Kiss. Biden's odds of winning the Democratic presidential nomination, according to the precedent, have dropped considerably since Flores' article came out, putting him behind Bernie Sanders. Former Democratic nominee for Nevada, new Lieutenant Governor Lucy Flores, has accused former Vice President Joe Biden of smelling her hair before planting a, in quote, big slow kiss on her head in what has become somewhat of a predatory trademark maneuver. And as you can see here, the day of the 2014 rally, speakers gathered and took photos before going on stage. Flores, right here, with Longoria and Biden before the uncomfortable encounter. Old Creepy Joe, we call him. It says here, I was taking deep breaths and preparing myself to make my case to the crowd. I felt two hands on my shoulders and I froze. Why is the Vice President of the United States touching me? I felt him get closer to me from behind. He leaned further in and inhaled my hair. I was mortified. I thought to myself, in quote, I didn't wash my hair today and the Vice President of the United States is smelling it. And also, what in the actual F? Why is the Vice President of the United States smelling my hair? He proceeded to plant a big slow kiss on the back of my head. My brain couldn't process what was happening. I was embarrassed. I was shocked. I was confused. There is a Spanish saying, Trágame tierra. It means earth swallowed me whole. I couldn't move and I couldn't say anything. I wanted nothing more than to get Biden away from me. My name was called and I was never happier to get on stage in front of the audience. This is from The Cut. Flores noted in her article how after some time had passed, in quote, pictures started to surface of Vice President Biden getting uncomfortably close with women and young girls. So, and here's a picture of that. Getting a good sniff. Another good sniff. Biden nuzzling the neck of the defense secretary's wife, Biden kissing a senator's wife on the lips, Biden whispering in a woman's ears, Biden snuggling the female constituents. I saw obvious discomfort in the women's faces, and Biden, I'm sure, never thought twice about how it made them feel. I knew I couldn't say anything publicly about those pictures surfacing for me. My anger and my resentment grew. And we can see here, look at him look up and down this little girl. They are all pedophiles, guys, and we know this. Lucy Flores also tweeted out, this was an incredibly difficult thing to do, but something that felt necessary. It took a while before I found the words and the support that made me feel like this was finally a story I could tell. March 29th, 2019, Me Too movement is going to come back and bite the Democrats in the ass. Creepy Uncle Joe, I will leave this video from... Oh my goodness, I can't. Paul Joseph Watson. I will leave that in the description box below because he gets really creepy in those videos. So we'll go on to the next article. And well, actually, it's a Reddit subpost. And it's Michael Avenatti corroborates Ben Simkus NXIVM party testimony. So it says here, Claire Bronfman is facing criminal charges in New York over her financial backing of the NXIVM sex cult. I've gone over this several times, and information just keeps coming out. Her attorney in those proceedings is a lawyer named Mike Gregaros. Michael Avenatti is reported to have participated in a hearing or court conference in Bronfman's criminal case last week as co-counsel with Gregaros. So Michael Avenatti, we all know, is getting sued and a lot of criminal accusations placed upon him for counting over $20 million trying to keep hush-hush money from Nike. Interestingly enough, Gregaros has also been identified as a co-conspirator with Avenatti in the Nike extortion criminal action that is currently pending against Avenatti. Michael Avenatti was the lawyer for Stormy Daniels in the attempt to undo the non-disclosure agreement she had with Donald Trump regarding their alleged sexual encounter. Another big nothing burger, another lie from the left. Daniels said she never paid Avenatti a dime for his representation of her. It seems unlikely Daniels really cared all that much about undoing the non-disclosure agreement with Trump. She has sex with men professionally. There were no allegations the encounter was in any way coercive. She did nothing. She didn't benefit from disclosing that she accepted money for having sex with a man, other than having more people being aware she's a professional sex worker and perhaps her stripper fee increasing. Though Stormy Daniels may have had some financial benefit, that entire media circus seemed to primarily be a political stunt to embarrass Trump. The question is, if Daniels wasn't paying her attorney, then who was? Who wanted to embarrass Trump? And who have known about Daniels' affair with him? Claire Bronfman has hired Daniels' lawyer, Michael Avenatti, to represent her in the NXIVM trial. This creates a connection between Bronfman and Daniels. And I guarantee you, I've looked into this, that Stormy Daniels does have the NXIVM branding tattoo down on her pelvis. Last summer, Ben Simkus revealed that he had attended a NXIVM recruitment party 10 years ago. Stormy Daniels was present doing a celebrity appearance. Several prominent Democrats were also there at the NXIVM party, including Uma Abedin. We all know whose wife that is, Anthony Weiner's, Hillary Clinton's close confidant. NXIVM is alleged to be bankrolled at least in part by Bronfman. Avenatti is representing her as well as a celebrity appearing at the NXIVM event. The celebrity did not pay her lawyer any money, so who did? Bronfman? Hillary? How involved is Avenatti with this sadistic sex cult? Regardless of the answers, Avenatti is providing corroboration of Ben's testimony about the party. Avenatti has now established a connection between Stormy Daniels and the NXIVM sex cult. This gives credence to Ben's statement that he saw Daniels at the NXIVM party. So a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of this, I call this the Trump curse, is happening to Avenatti for trying to go against him. Let's get into some memes real quick to round off the podcast. This is crazy right here, guys. This was coming saying, I was bamboozled on that plane under false pretenses. Attorney General Lynch told me we were going to meet a possible leak in the DNC and that we were going to negotiate with Bill Clinton. I had nothing to do with any of it. I was an unwilling participant who made no suggestions and made no comments. Paul Ryan was on the plane with Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton for a decent amount of time. There were definite exchanges. Paul Ryan, merely by being there, is a traitor to his party and his country. He says he welcomes the inevitable hearings with Trey Gowdy, but that he sat with the earbuds in listening to Rage Against the Machine with his eyes closed for the entire meeting. Ryan heard nothing, yet described the conversation as a negotiation. This guy is a traitor. There's a reason why Paul Ryan is not under Trump's administration anymore. Joe M. tweets at us, tyranny from the technocrats. Microsoft is censoring Notch, which was the creator of Minecraft, for speaking out in support for QAnon. All for a LARP? Minecraft creator Marcus Notch is being eradicated, they say. Claire Bronfman, here we go. This is even more proof, in my opinion. Claire Bronfman faints in the NXIVM trial when asked if she hired Michael Avenatti. That came out 2 days ago, guys. So this lady's passing out. The Seagram's heiress, Claire Bronfman, leads Brooklyn federal court with her lawyer. So guilty, going down, my friends. This is a very good meme. They spent the entire year talking about Russia. He spent the entire year fulfilling campaign promises. Absolutely. This is pretty interesting, guys. Looks like @POTUS has got himself a wingman. And we could see some kind of craft here. This could be photoshopped, but why is it out and about? We could see here again another photo of that. I found it to be interesting, so I wanted to share it with you. Collusion. Oh, isn't this sweet? Smollett and Hussein hanging out together. I believe that Smollett and I put out a great podcast is definitely going to expose people. And we all know why were all the charges dropped. There's a lot more to this. Trump is definitely going hard after this guy. He's going to send people after him. FBI, who knows? Who knows who's going to go after him? This is pretty incredible. Peter Alexander says, Trump supporters sporting new 2020 campaign gear. The O in no collusion is a Q. QAnon? Absolutely, we could see down here. Great shirt. Great stuff. And this is from the rally in Michigan. Huge group. I think it was over 30,000 people. Another 20,000 outside. You could see his base has not changed. There is no fluctuation in it. It's probably growing, if not anything else. So, the base peds are definitely sticking around because he's getting the job done, right, guys? This is crazy, guys. Unvaccinated children are not allowed in public for 30 days. In Rockland, New York, for some reason, this hasn't taken over the homepage of this sub. This is from Reddit, by the way. Where are you people? Do you not see what's happening? Children are banned from public places and their parents face fines and jail time if this is breached. This is insane. Do you know that even though they claim they are trying to prevent measles from spreading, that any child who has up-to-date vaccines but is too young to receive the MMR is allowed in public? I believe he means isn't. Which makes no sense because according to the CDC, those children are also unvaccinated against measles. And what about all the adults who have never received their boosters or their MMR? Why aren't they banned from public? Because this isn't about herd immunity, which is a fraudulent term. It's about scaring people into injecting their children. This is not about protecting the people. This is about controlling the people. Wake up and get angry. Absolutely. Here we go. More on Joe Biden. This is from Cabamore. I believe that's how it's pronounced. The way the MSM is going after Joe Biden today can only mean one thing. He is done. And I went over all the pictures and stuff and that Paul Joseph Watson video showing all the creepy just mannerisms from Biden with these even, very young children. It's very strange, guys. Very strange. We all know they're pedophiles, right? Here's a close-up of all kissing a little boy on the lips, smelling a young girl's hair, grabbing arms, pulling them closer, hands around the mouth. We've all seen this, guys. Look at this. Who holds a kid like this? Who strangles a kid like that? Weird stuff. And they're all just so uncomfortable with him. Freak show. Again, more pictures, just sniffing the hair. Oh my God. Filth. Former Nevada politicians allege Joe Biden kissed the back of her head in 2014, made her feel uneasy, gross, and confused. This is from 2014. We're in 2019. This took this woman 5 years to get this out. She's obviously traumatized by it. He's a sexual deviant. Oh, this is great right here. Remember when I went over the article from the gaffer Anon, who was talking about how Georgia is the new Hollywood because of the less taxes placed on basically locations? Nearly 50 Hollywood actors threatened to boycott Georgia if heartbeat abortion bill becomes a law. So they're trying to do the same thing in Virginia. It did not pass. Thank you, neighbors of Georgia, for not going through and going against the boycott of the heartbeat bill, which is I believe after they're born, they are definitely murdered. Gross, isn't it? Entities want to harvest it. This is cool. Very interesting. Social media, smartphone, physical contact. What are the lawsuits about? Referencing chip manufacturers. Tim Apple, magical products. Your skin melanin can conduct electricity, and scientists want to harness its pops. That's crazy. Want to harness it. So, yeah, our melanin, we all know that the darker the melanin, the higher the melanin within children. I think it does like age reversing symptoms on people who care to eat and kill children, my friends. And you can look far into that rabbit hole because I find it to be very true. Nothing can prepare you for how batshit crazy the controlled media will be when the arrests begin. Popcorn sales skyrocket. Analysts unable to explain why. Great meme. Love it. And we'll round off this podcast with a couple more. POTUS speaking about the border situation at Lake Okeechobee. Mexico, in quote, has to grab it and they have to stop it. If they don't stop them, we're closing the border and we will close it for a long time. I am not playing games, he says, in quote. And we will close it for a long time. I'm not playing games. He's dead serious about this. We stopped payments to Honduras, to Guatemala, and to El Salvador. We're not letting them into our country. We're not running out. We're running out of space, and Mexico can stop it so easily. So, again, this is from POTUS' schedule, straight from the source. And rounding off, Lucy Flores was brave enough to say what we've all known for a very long time. And I agree. He is a freak show. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. We just hit a huge number of 10,000 followers, so I greatly appreciate the support and the love. You can also donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal or my Patreon and or the VPN Virtual Shield link down below. My friends, please have a wonderful weekend and be kind and loving to one another. Guys, I will talk to you very soon. Have a wonderful weekend and expect more podcasts throughout the day. Have a great one. Bye-bye.